Golly. All right, on deck. You guys, I said that Ant, the next guy up, was going to be the last comic. Lucky you guys, we got 5 more comics after this. So give a big round of applause for sticking around. That wasn't that big of a round of applause, but that's all right. Save it for everybody. Ant!
Yeah, what's up, Pickle? Awesome. So, this guy, Jesus. I kind of like that you're here tonight. I've been doing this for 3 months now, and I have not had a heckler yet. We usually have a pretty fucking good crowd here. In fact, I would say that in my 3 months of doing open mic, the Pickled Parrot by far is the best place to do it at. You guys like to come out, have a good time, drink, laugh, all that good shit. Give it up for yourselves. You guys are the best comedy crowd in town. Sometimes when you find yourself doing open mic, you're just working on material and you're basically just trying to compete with a bunch of people to out-funny each other. And here everybody kind of has a good time. So, and even, you know, you get a little annoying with the talking, but sometimes it's funny because you have this delayed reaction laugh where someone tells something and then... It's funny. And I can understand that. You had a delayed reaction when you stuck your finger in the light socket today, too. You gave yourself enough time to do your hair, so, you know, it worked out all right for you. So, the 3 months that I've been doing this, time's flying by. I feel like I'm getting old. And not for like the various, you know, the obvious reasons, like you start just getting sore, you can't drink as much. I've got some nice gray hairs in my beard, but I find myself noticing things like, I say turn it down way more than turn it up, or criticizing people who wear clothes that don't fit themselves, like pull up your pants and that kind of stuff. And in knowing that I'm getting older, you have a limited like mileage on your body, so you got to start being efficient with your living. It's fucking weird feedback here. One of the things I've noticed, that's pretty funny, huh? One of the things I've noticed is if you cut out the middleman in a lot of shit, you get more things done, you don't burn as many calories. I started eating corn on the cob just directly over the toilet, just spitting it in, you know. And by the way, what the fuck is up with that? There's food that you eat that your digestive system is just like, fuck you. You can get by with a pass. They got like first class seats. They don't get touched at airport security. It just goes right by. Or you ever have that night where like you take a shit and you're like, when the fuck did I have peanuts? You don't know how long they've been hanging out, but they don't make it through. But in trying to be more efficient at living, you have to be a lot more obvious. You have to really pay attention to things. And you start to pick up on tendencies which really become stereotypes. And you know, I've been bartending for 10 years, and there's just certain things that, they might be a stereotype, but they're true. For example, if I'm bartending and I get a ticket for cognac, we'll just say a glass of cognac, I can generally look across the room and judge who ordered it. Usually you're looking for like a black guy, or sometimes an essay, or sometimes it's just a really old man. I'm starting to pick up on a few things. Old white men have very similar tastes in a few things as younger black men and Mexicans do. Now think about this. Who's most likely to be driving an old-ass Cadillac? One of those three. Look at sunglasses. Think about NWA. They had these big, thick black lokes on. Think about old people who get their eyes dilated. It's the same pair of sunglasses. So I started noticing these trends, old people, young people, feeling myself getting older, and I have to say I've done a few things where I'm just like shake my head at myself, the way that I've caught an old man doing to me. And when you have an old man who's probably wearing his own shit, when he's looking at you and shaking his head, you kind of start questioning life. And I was at an airport and I had some headphones on. And I'm the type of person, if I know a song and I'm listening to it, if headphones on, I'm singing them out loud. And this old guy was sitting by me, and I'm listening to Master P. And if you're not familiar with Master P, just picture a mentally challenged person who raps. And I had headphones on, and not that it's a good song, but I know it. And so I got headphones on, and I'm name on the wall, to the ball, to the fall, and doing the moans and everything like that. And I look up and I realize I'm rapping out loud, and this old guy is just looking at me, just shaking his head in disgust. And it was either that he thought I was mentally retarded, or he's just going, those kids and that fucking music. And that's one thing that they definitely don't have in common is their taste in music. But when you're disgusted in yourself versus somebody else, I think that's much worse. So I'll leave you with this one. I'm going to try not to go over on time for once. But recently I went home from the bar. I was working. I got home, it was about 3 o'clock. And I decided, I'm going to smoke a couple bowls because I like to be baked that night. It happens. And I had a couple beers and, next thing you know, it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's like a Saturday or Sunday morning. 6 o'clock in the morning. And I found myself super hungry, hovering over my sink, eating old Cheerios with expired milk out of a Cool Whip container. Yeah, I know. Paints a good picture of my life on a Saturday night. But I'm standing over the sink, and my window in my kitchen goes directly into my neighbor's kitchen, and I see the lights kick on, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just packing it in my face, because I don't want anybody to see me up at 6 in the morning eating cereal. Because they know that I'm not getting up to go to work. I think they know I work late. So I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be a loser. So I'm packing this old expired cereal into my mouth. And then I see somebody come over and I try to run. And have you guys ever snarted before? You know what that is? Like when you sneeze and fart at the same time, you're like, and you gotta really clench your ass up. When I'm running and I do this and I sneeze, fart all at the same time, I spit old Cheerios all over the wall on myself. I'm just wearing sweatpants, by the way, no shirt. And I don't know why they're called sweatpants, because you don't ever do anything in them that makes you actually sweat. They should just be called couch pants. But so I got old Cheerios all over my couch pants and my chest and all over the floor. And did I mention I also shit my pants a little bit? That was a proud moment. So I'm standing there and I'm looking for something. I find a sock on the floor. So I grab a rogue sock and start wiping everything up. And I stand up, and then the reality of everything that just happened hits me. And I'm like, I just sneezed Cheerios out of my nose that were about a month old. The milk smelled like vanilla ice cream. I ate it out of a fucking Cool Whip bowl. And then I wiped it up with a dirty sock. And I just shook my head in front of the fucking mirror. But I was so baked that the thing that bothered me the most was I need to get some more fucking cereal bowls. Thanks, guys. That's my time.